Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome. Welcome to the top 10 things I hate about WWE. I have compiled the list of the 10 most unbearable fucking things I can't stand about this company. Not just, personally what I feel, but many others with brains, of course, feel the same way. And 10 things that are killing the company. They're killing it from the inside out. They are killing this company, no doubt about it. So here we go. The top 10 things I hate about WWE. Number 10, the limited champion. Brock Lesnar, limited in his schedule. He can only appear sometimes. He only comes the night after he wins the belt on that Raw. And then he comes the night before the pay-per-view. This isn't adequate build-up for a pay-per-view. He's ready to defend the belt at the pay-per-view. And there's like 4 weeks where he doesn't show up. And all the challenger is doing, John Cena, is talking to the manager. And whether or not you enjoyed those promos, he's talking to the manager. He's not arguing with the champion. He's not feuding with the champion. He's feuding with them, but with an invisible fucking man. He's not even there. I mean, how could the champion not be there? Building up to his match. It's his match. It's his belt. Him not being there, it gives off a sense that he doesn't care. In the storylines, we all know it's because he doesn't want to be there because he doesn't have to be because, that's not in his contract. But here's the thing. What the fuck else is Brock Lesnar doing that he can't be there? I ask this question every week. He's not in football anymore. He ain't in the MMA. What the fuck is he doing? Besides sitting home, what the hell else has Brock Lesnar got to do? He's got millions. He made a fucking, what the hell was it, $4 million off of his first year in WWE. He was there for 2013 as well. So, I really don't understand what else does Brock Lesnar have, what has he got to do besides being wrestling? I mean, he is a wrestler first and foremost, and he's not even there. So this is definitely a bad thing about WWE right now, that they got a champion who is a good wrestler, without a doubt. But this is just fucking horrible that he's not there. And when he shows up, he gets his ass kicked, but we'll get to that later. Number 9, the Wyatts getting buried. Whether it's Bray Wyatt or Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, doesn't matter who it is. All of them gotten buried. They were at the top of the world, like at WrestleMania time. Everybody was into the Wyatts. It was the talk of the town. Everybody was into the promos. Everybody was into the character of Bray Wyatt. Without a doubt, everybody was, feeling the Wyatts. They loved the Wyatts. They were probably the most popular out of any fucking team, faction, probably in years. They hadn't had a lot of factions. This was probably the most over thing they had since the Nexus first showed up as far as factions go and teams. They get a lot of steam going. There's a lot of, victories and everything for the Wyatts. And then all of a sudden, Cena has a last man standing match with the Wyatts. And after that, he was never the same again. And then they turned to Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, a fine tag team. Two big guys, but, Luke Harper's actually a guy who could actually wrestle. And this is horrible that they're actually burying them. They faced the Usos 3 times. They lose like 3 times in a row to them. When are they going to win the tag titles? You would think they'd at least compensate. If Bray Wyatt isn't going to get a world title, or at least be able to fucking win a goddamn match, maybe you'd think that at least the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan be able to get something as simple as the tag titles? And how are we supposed to believe that guys that are 6'8", 6'10", can't even beat two fucking schmucks like the Usos, two yelping schmucks, two guys that barely even speak the English language? You know, they speak English, but I can't even understand them with all that fucking yelling going on. And this is the thing, you know, they can't beat these half-naked, face-painted, fucking totem pole humping motherfuckers. I don't understand. You know, why not? They're tough. They're over. You know, they got a decent gimmick. Why not give them the tag titles? Instead, it's just bury them. Bury them with the Big Show and Mark Henry. You know, and Bray Wyatt can't even fucking beat the Big Show. A guy who they don't even have any stock in anymore. Hasn't even been there for fucking months. Shows up out of fucking nowhere. And Bray Wyatt can't even fucking beat him without a, you know, some, you know, didn't even beat him by disqualification. Gets in, gets disqualified on Raw. How pathetic is this? I mean, this is one of their most over characters, or used to be over. You can still see there's a lot of people in the crowd holding up the cell phones during his entrance. Why would they just job him out constantly? And even when he's not getting jobbed out, he's getting the shaft. He's completely ignored. It doesn't even seem like it matters. And you could tell in his promos, he doesn't have the same zest. It doesn't have the same, you know, oomph as it used to. It just falls by the wayside. And, you know, it's WWE's fault. They fucking kill every single character. There's nothing sacred anymore. Never anything. There's never one character where you could say, oh, you know, 100% they're doing this the right way. You know, this guy's really getting over in the correct way. They start doing that. You might say that for a couple of weeks. But then it just turns into a complete shitstorm, and then fuck it, you know. You can't say anything positive about it, because they fuck everybody over in the end. Number 8, wasting Cesaro. This is another guy that was over. He was getting big fucking reactions at WrestleMania. You know, winning the Battle Royal. It was the right move. Cesaro was in the Elimination Chamber. You know, they were starting to pick up steam with Cesaro. It looked like Cesaro was ready to be in main events, and he was just about there. You know, he had a main event with Cena. It was a good match. We all knew he wouldn't beat Cena, but at least he hung with him for a good 15 minutes or so. And it was a good match, and it looked like Cesaro may be ready for the big time. Then they just take Paul Heyman away from him. They gave him Paul Heyman. It looked like he was ready, the next Paul Heyman guy. And then they take Paul Heyman away from him. And then it's like nowheresville for him. You know, I said it in the Rest in Peace video for Sean O'Haire, another wrestler that was getting pushed. He looked like he was ready for the big time. They took Piper away from Sean O'Haire, and Sean O'Haire just became a fucking jobber. Went nowhere in the company. And this was the same fucking thing that they're doing to Cesaro. Maybe not as bad as they treated a guy like Sean O'Haire back in the day, but it's kind of the same concept. They give him the really over manager, you know, the guy, the legend, the one that could truly bring him to the top, and then they just fucked it up. And this is what they constantly keep doing. This isn't a real habit. As soon as they get somebody that looks like he's on the cusp of, you know, starting, you know, some new, like, revolution or something amongst the fans, somebody that the fans could totally get behind, they go ahead and they fuck it up. And I have to say, why? Why do they do this? There's no reason to fuck it up. It's not like the crowd is losing interest. It's just because they don't know what to do with them. And it's not that hard. Book them in good matches. Make them look good. Have them, you know, give them the opportunity to cut good promos with other talented wrestlers. Like I said, this shit is fucking wrestling. It's not rocket science. It's just a fucking fake form of entertainment, you know. Instead, they just make it look like a piece of shit. Number 7, 3-hour Raws. That maybe should be higher up on the list, but it's just because it's an old complaint. You know, 3-hour Raws really show big time nowadays, especially the last episode of Raw. The last episode of Raw clearly showcased why 3 hours is not a good amount of time to give to Raw. It was way better when it was 2 hours. It was way better when it was 1 hour, motherfuckers. You look at the Raw from Monday night, and you're looking at a segment like Lesnar and Cena. Even though the segment didn't go the way I wanted it to go, it still would have been a decent way to end Raw. I mean, hell, it's the fucking main event at the pay-per-view. It should fucking end with the fucking main event. I mean, if that match is going to go on last, that should be the last thing we see on Raw. It should be set up in a similar way to the pay-per-view. Last match gets promoted last, save the best for last. We all know the old adage. And instead it ends with Mark Henry and Rusev. Right there, that image right there as Raw fades out of Mark Henry being spotlighted. That's the last thing you see before Raw goes off the air is Mark Henry's motherfucking fat fucking ass. That is the last fucking thing you see on Raw when it fades to black. That is one big fucking problem right there. First of all, Mark Henry is not over. Second of all, he hasn't been over. The only time the motherfucker's been over is when he's sexual motherfucking chocolate. And that was the only time. The only time that Mark Henry was even a pinch over with the fucking crowd. The only other time is when he was feuding with Cena. And anybody will get cheered when they're feuding with Cena. As long as they're the guy who's going against Cena. That's a way how to get cheap cheers, and anybody could fucking do it. I could go out there and fucking feud with Cena, and they would cheer me. I don't know why he hates me. So, you know, that's just the perfect example right there. Anybody could get cheers if they go against Cena. So right there kills any argument about Mark Henry being over. He's, you know, this is so cheap. They've done it for so long. Anybody, they put him in the Patriot USA mode. Anyone is going to get chance for USA. Notice they're not chanting Mark Henry. They're chanting USA. Just like no one is chanting for Swagger. They're chanting USA because they're just chanting USA for the country. Not for the wrestler. Fail to realize what's over, you know, and who is over. You know, when the country is more over than the wrestler, we got a fucking problem here. And that is the last thing. So 3 hours, you could see they had nothing. They had absolutely fucking nothing planned for this 3-hour Raw. It was just garbage piled on top of more garbage. It looked like fucking garbage day. All the fucking bags piled up. You know, just waiting for that shit to be taken away because it stank to fucking high heaven. Reminded me of that. Reminds me of, you know, reminds me of being in Chinatown. All fucking bags piled up in the street. Well, garbage day. Waiting for them to be taken away because it smells like fucking rotten fish and fucking sushi. You know, you just want that shit to go away. It's exactly what it's like. 3-hour Raws are a lot like fucking garbage day. Then you got the number 6, the "This is awesome" chants. This is awesome when it's not awesome. If it was awesome, this wouldn't even be on the fucking list. But it's on the list because it deserves to be. I remember this back at Survivor Series last year. Horrible fucking pay-per-view. Shit motherfucking pay-per-view that was just an abomination on every single level. Might have been one of the worst pay-per-views I've seen ever. It was that bad. Anyway, this pay-per-view was total shit. But you still had people chanting, "This is awesome" during the matches. And I was doing the ultimate facepalm through this pay-per-view. Couldn't believe that motherfuckers would actually chant, "This is awesome" for a pay-per-view that was that bad. And it just, it reaffirmed me that wrestling fans are fucking retards. I mean, if you chant "This is awesome," you're telling the company that you are greatly enjoying the product being presented to you. And everybody chanted "This is awesome," and we were getting shit for fucking weeks and months after that until the whole Daniel Bryan uprising started. And I blame the fucking fans because they chanted "This is awesome" during shit fucking matches. McMahon probably thought you were fucking retards because he could get away with delivering a shit fucking show and you'd still chant "This is awesome" anyway. This is why we never get anywhere. There's never any progress because everybody just accepts this shit. And it's not like they're accepting it. They're actually, really like expressing their love for it, verbally during the shows, screaming at the top of their lungs, "This is awesome." It's not even like they're just going, "Oh, I'll put up with it." No, it's "This is awesome," making like you're really loving it and you're getting into it. And it's one of the best things you've seen in your life. And it's really sad. So a bit of me dies inside every time I see a shitty fucking match and someone chants "This is awesome" during it. It really shows that these people have no standards, that they have nothing in their life, that they have no way of distinguishing good from bad. As I said, how the fuck nowadays are we even supposed to be able to distinguish the good matches from the bad matches and the good wrestlers from the bad wrestlers? Because you could have a shit fucking match between the Los Matadores and 3MB and people will chant "This is awesome." How the fuck is anybody supposed to be able to tell what's good and bad anymore? They make the shitty wrestling look like good wrestling, and I don't understand why this is. And at number 5, it's the annoying $9.99 bullshit for the network. As I said on a number of occasions, I greatly enjoy my subscription. Proud subscriber to the network. The network is a great thing. I mean, how could one really complain about it? Now, this is also an excuse to make pay-per-view shitty because, they're not charging as much money, so they're going to make them shittier. We've seen this with Battleground already and, a couple others. You could make this argument about it. But for the most part, it's good. You got all these pay-per-views from the past. There ain't a single one of them missing that I can tell. You've got all those pay-per-views. You got Monday Night War. Legends House was entertaining. The Countdown show is good. You've got a lot of great entertainment for $10 a month. And I don't mean to give them extra promotion because that's what I'm complaining about, but it is a pretty decent product. I can't really bash or rag on the network too hard. But what I can rag on is the pathetic fucking promotion for it. The thing is, they're going to keep going with this network because the best they're going to do this year is break even. They're not going to even make a fucking dime this year unless some fucking miracle happens. This year is more than half over already. There's no way McMahon's going to be able to pull his fucking way out of his own asshole this year trying to get out of this one. But he's pushing really, really hard for the network. It's not like he's trying harder to make the product better. God forbid if he does that. If you made the product better, more people will watch and maybe more people would know about the network, thus subscribing to it. But this is not the case, motherfuckers. Instead, it's just shameless fucking promotion. They made a song about $9.99. They played it twice on Raw. They talk about it constantly. They try to be witty and funny about it. And of course, retards actually chant $9.99 along with Triple H. When wrestlers come out there and start saying, "You could see my match for only $9.99. This is fucking pathetic. This is beyond fucking shitty. I mean, a wrestler coming out there and advertising the price for something. This is the same fucking place where you had Stone Cold holding a gun to Vince McMahon's head. This is the same fucking promotion that had the big bloody matches, Mick Foley getting tossed off a cage, and it's come to this, standing in the middle of the ring, fucking shamelessly promoting a product. It's like the fucking Home Shopping Network, for God fucking sakes. Advertising fucking shit in the middle of a promo. I never thought this. Remember Ric Flair, like in the NWA, cutting a promo. Never once would he be advertising the price of a fucking pay-per-view. This is just, I've never heard this before. They never used to advertise prices for like WrestleMania for $70. You know, now they're doing it for the network. This is complete fucking bullshit. The chanting the price and trying to get the fans to chant it. This is a low point for sure with WWE. Never have I seen them more pathetic than now. They're scrambling to break even this year, and it's really just getting fucking disgusting. You know, maybe it's people just don't fucking want it because they see how pathetic they are and they just don't want to fucking give WWE money. I think that's it. Maybe some people are stronger willed than me and don't want to fucking give WWE their hard-earned money because they're so fucking pathetic. And I can't say that I blame some of them. At number 4, fucking bunnies giving splashes on Raw and super kicks, beating up Heath Slater. You know, it's bad enough we have tiny little bulls running around, fucking leprechaun motherfuckers. But then we get a fucking bunny. A motherfucking bunny on Raw. God damn it. I've never seen anything more fucking shitty than this motherfucking shit right here. Fucking bunnies hopping. The bunny was fucking hopping up and down. A fucking man inside a fucking suit. He's probably sweating his ass off. Probably smells like 10 tons of fucking shit inside that fucking suit. Hopping around like a fucking idiot. And he comes and he fucking tackles Heath Slater, punching him. A fucking grown man in a bunny suit. You know, back in the Attitude Era, we might have seen Gold Dust dressed in a diaper. But at least that was funny. This is not funny. This is fucking sad. It's a fucking bunny in a fucking suit. For God fucking sakes, I've never seen anything more pathetic in my whole fucking life. A grown man in a fucking rabbit suit. Holy shit. You know, and a bunny, not even calling it a fucking rabbit, it's a bunny hopping around. And what makes this worse is it's associated with one of the lamest fucking wrestlers to come around. Fucking Adam Rose and his fucking bunny. You know, this motherfucker is weird enough, but now you've got, you might think that he's a furry or some shit, that maybe he goes and has sex with the bunny after he attacks Heath Slater because, you know, this is a fucking man dressed in the bunny suit. This is more than pathetic. This is just fucking disturbing. This is actually, and the announcers are like supporting this. Oh, it's a bunny. It's a bunny. It's fucking retarded. Fucking bunny hopping around on Raw. I've never, you know, thought that it would come to this. You know, 9.99 songs, bunnies, for God fucking sakes. I never thought that this, you know, world-renowned wrestling promotion would become such a fucking laughingstock. Then at number 3, Roman Reigns' push. What more can be said about Roman Reigns other than that he just flat out sucks? That's pretty much the way that I could sum it all up for you. For someone who hasn't seen Roman Reigns wrestle, I could pretty much sum it up for you that way. He fucking sucks. He's a wrestler that's only got 3 moves, no ability to talk at all. That Seth Rollins put it best during his promo. He looks like a fucking gorilla, fucking rhinoceros motherfucker. The guy just looks like a fucking Neanderthal, for God fucking sakes, and he does. Roman Reigns, his matches are so fucking bland. The same fucking moves. He does fucking 40 Superman punches, 50 spears, Might throw in a Samoan drop and that stupid ass drop kick on the outside, but other than that, you know, you don't get anything else. You know, if you want to count the clothesline as a move, go ahead. But this is not a guy who wrestles. He's only there at the top because he's related to The Rock. That is the only fucking reason he's there. Other than that, there is nothing even remotely appealing about this guy. But of course, without fail, everyone in the YWC loves Roman Reigns. Because why wouldn't you love a wrestler that has a limited moveset, has limited promo skills? Oh, wow, you know, sort of reminds me of a guy that the YWC hates. He wears jorts. He also has a limited moveset and also cuts shitty-ass fucking promos. Kind of sounds like another guy that's, well, a little bit further down the list. But Roman Reigns is repeatedly, you know, just giving us fucking shit-ass matches and just boring, awkward promos week after week. You know, they have him eliminate everybody at Survivor Series, have him break Kane's record during the Royal Rumble. They put so much stock into this guy, you know, and for what? He's just gonna fucking disappoint in the end. And he is disappointing right now, motherfuckers. This guy is not entertaining. He's, like, if you find this entertaining, then I don't know what to think of you. It's like you've completely ignored 20 years of other quality entertainment that the same company has produced. To say this is the best thing to come around in years, you have forgotten about like 50 other fucking wrestlers. Some of them who haven't even been in the main event have been better than Roman Reigns. Even Slam Master motherfucking Jay was better than Roman Reigns. At least the guy actually knew how to do some talented moves off the top. Net at number 2, the Bella's storyline. This storyline is complete fucking shit. It started off alright with Stephanie and Brie Bella having an okay match at SummerSlam. More than an okay match. It was a good match. A good, enjoyable match that was actually done pretty well. There's only one problem. The Bellas can't fucking act, which is what they're doing. They put them out there for 20 fucking minutes. They're going back and forth. Jerry Springer, the King. They throw 2 Jerrys out there. Both of the Jerrys suck dick. And they couldn't even save these segments and make them at least decent or even subpar. And even mediocre. No, they were all just fucking terrible. They were all fucking terrible the whole way through. The whole fucking thing fucking sucked dick. And the storyline is still continuing. Brie and Nikki Bella just arguing, and the acting is beyond fucking horrible. It's like the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I've seen B movies with better acting than this shit, for fuck's sakes. I mean, I don't know if this is a parody, an inside joke, or something like that. I doubt it. But I have never seen such fucking shitty ass fucking acting in all my life. And the storyline is just going nowhere. It's just Nikki complaining about Brie stealing her boyfriend. Who gives a fucking shit? For God's sakes, I have never, ever just seen something that is so unappealing. Like, who the fuck would find any of this appealing at all? It's not like it's funny, it's entertaining, it's witty, it's everything else. It's witless, it's dumb, it's not funny, it's devoid of any type of entertainment value at all. And it's 2, you know, girls that can't even fucking wrestle. What is the point? They can't talk, they can't wrestle, they can't do fucking shit. So what is the point of promoting these 2? There isn't a point. And at number 1, John Cena's fucking bullshit shenanigans. Number 1 indeed, motherfuckers. John Cena has been at his all-time worst, and this is exactly why we've gotten some of the worst Raws in quite some time. We get these big 20, 30-minute promos. Lesnar's not there. But Cena has been running roughshod over all these Raws. Once again, burying the Wyatts like they're fucking sacks of shit. And once he gets through with that, he starts talking about soldiers handing him Purple Hearts. He starts talking about visiting cancer patients. No fucking shame whatsoever. You know, the thing is, like I said, in comparison, you got guys like Daniel Bryan that do the same thing. They do charity work, but you never hear about it because it's called modesty, motherfuckers. Modesty, which means that you go out there, you do your job, and you don't have to fucking promote yourself like a fucking whore. That you don't have to go out there and just, you know, gloat about all the great things you've done. No. You could go out there and just act like, you know, like it doesn't happen. You could do it. We all know about it. They'll write an article about it on the internet, but leave it there. They're not going to make any extra money by having Cena talk about this. We all know about it. He's visited like 300 kids or something like that. He set a fucking record. He gloats about this on Raw. And then when Heyman confronts him about the possibility of turning heel, and he, you know, starts bullying Heyman, Heyman then reminds him that he's bullying him, and John Cena backs up and goes, "Hey, this was all a ploy just to get at Lesnar. I'm no bully." You know, every single time it seems like they're going to turn him heel, they just make him fucking nerdier and shittier. This is why you'll never fucking turn heel. We're never going to get an opportunity to ever like this guy. You know, years ago when he first started, he had a lot of promise. He was doing his raps. It was a refreshing character. But now we're stuck with a lame fucking shitty Boy Scout that just won't do anything out of the ordinary. And this is beyond fucking horrible. Without a doubt, if anybody even wants to think it in their mind that someone else is the face of the company, that is just downright retarded. The spotlight is still on Cena, even when he doesn't have the belt. As you saw months ago, they'll just put the belt right back on him if they feel it necessary. Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of him at SummerSlam. But on the last Raw, they just have Cena come out there and make like Lesnar doesn't even stand a chance against him. You know, they always do this, and it's not just with this, but any fucking match. You know, if a guy like a heel gets a victory over a baby face, then the baby face has to run back in there and just, you know, get his heat back. They have to make everything so even all the time. It can never be like the bad guys win. No, it's always got to be like, okay, well, this happened. He won the match, but then he has to get his ass kicked after the match. They can never just fucking leave well enough alone. Always got to fuck everything up. Can never just leave, you know, a good thing alone. They always have to just fuck it up. Fuck it straight up the fucking ass. And there you go, motherfuckers. There is the 10 things that I hate about WWE and the 10 things that are fucking killing it and making it a motherfucking piece of shit. Alright, motherfuckers.